All right, hello everyone, and welcome to today's DAIAA meeting. Today is our member showcase monthly, and we've got I think a really interesting showcase today. Our presenter is Ensemble, and they'll be hopping on in just a moment. If everybody who's not speaking could mute, that would be terrific. And real quick, before I turn the floor over to Ensemble, I want to say we've got some new members since the last time we met a couple weeks ago. Big and small. Hedera's I think one of the big L1s obviously out there. So exciting to have them as well as the others. And I don't know if any of the new members are here today, but if you are, why don't you introduce yourselves? And if you've been here before and have not introduced yourself previously, feel free. Going once, anybody? Twice?
More than introduce myself, or Peter, I see you came off mute as well. So if you're looking,
I was going to suggest, who's not on this list but applied is Amit from Chain Shield, and I believe he's here. If he wanted to introduce himself.
Hey, it's Amit from Chain
Amit,
Shield.
sorry.
We're developing an AI-powered crypto security audit application. So
why don't actually let's connect up afterwards. I don't know if you saw we actually Crypto Mondays, powered by Crypto Mondays. That's kind of soft launch today, a Bitcoin, an on-chain, Bitcoin treasury strategy on chain. And so getting a security check would be great. Derek?
Oh, cool.
Thanks, guys. I'm the Chief Community Officer at Zeru Finance. Zeru is building something called Z-Score. Z-Score is an AI-driven on-chain reputation score being paired with off-chain credentials that you'll be able to verify using a privacy-preserving technology called ZKTLS. You can learn a lot more about that online somewhere instead of having a
what does the TS stand for?
ZKTLS, Zero Knowledge Transport Layer Security.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And basically, we're trying to make it possible for Web3 protocols to attract the right users that they're looking for. So often high reputation users who, if you're running a lending protocol, for example, have not been liquidated multiple times over the last month. And or if you're running an airdrop, the wallets who have a reputation of some kind are more likely to hang onto your token, provide liquidity, not dump it right away, that sort of thing. And also for users who have an on-chain reputation, a good one, ideally on-chain, to actually quantify that and then make it possible to find those opportunities and to take advantage of them with your history that you've built up over the last 5, 6, or 7 years, or 8 or 9, or whatever.
Or longer. Sounds super interesting.
Or long. Thanks.
Very cool. And Alula?
So my name is Alula Zariun. I'm founder of Edge Consulting Labs. Edge Labs is a incubator for Web3 innovation and development, currently working on some AI tooling, really focusing on like real world use cases. So thinking of like right now I'm doing the Hedera Hello Future hackathon, and for that we actually are building out Edge Flow, which is a basically like an inventory management system that's enhanced with AI. So it's an Ezra meets basically like an AI agent that helps with tokenizing real world inventory for stores and businesses. And our goal is basically to make it so that Web3 can be easily accessible to the masses. So just super excited for this community and learning from everyone here.
Okay, perfect. Glad to have you aboard. Anybody else? Okay. Then with that, I'll turn it over to the folks from Ensemble. Leon?
Awesome. Sure. Let's get started.
Yeah.
Let me share the screen real quick, and we're good to go. Can you see our screen? My
We
screen?
can.
Awesome, cool. So first, very great to be in front of this audience. Thank you very much, Lou, for having us. Very excited, Leon and I, and Shamir was not here, but yeah, very excited to showcase what we are building at Ensemble, and yeah, looking forward to telling you more. So yes, so Ensemble, we are a collaboration stack for AI agent. Let me just do a very quick. So we have 3 co-founders, Shamir, Leon, and I, three devs in the team. And basically, our thesis is that we believe, and I'm sure you all of you think the same, that AI agent will make our lives much easier and more productive. So what do we do? So in Ensemble, what do? We are a collaboration stack for AI agent. We build basically the commerce layer for AI agent, which means we allow any AI agent builders to monetize the AI agent on a per task, per time basis, basically on a fractional way. You can think of a Fiverr for AI agent in a way. So the same way that you would hire freelancer to do a job, you could actually hire use AI agent that have been built by individuals or companies. And our thesis that I'm sure you guys also share is that it's going to become a commodity AI agent, and we want to create this layer for collaborations and create a swarm of agent, because if you can put by default a price on an agent usage, you can allow collaboration, you can allow individuals to hire other AI agent, but you also allow AI agents to hire other AI agent by paying for them. All right, this being said, basically we are a place where humans and agents collaborate with each other to get stuff done. And beyond this commerce layer, which is a Fiverr, we have full stack, which is composed of an identity layer and a security layer. So identity layer, so from the identity to the registry, we allow to have a registry, to have reputation, to have a track record, and the stack also includes a security layer with TE, with guardrails, with basically verifications. So everything with AVS. Anyway, so that's the full stack for this trustless collaboration layer stack. Now that we have said this, let us showcase what we have been like the agent that has been that we have on the stack. So this is how the commerce layer looks like. You just navigate and you find any kind of agent that you like. Maybe Leon, you can do a very short demo of the kind of agent that we have, a showcase of agent that we have, and potentially how swarms can work. Swarm of agent can work together, and from there we can take questions. We can elaborate on all other aspects, but this is a very quick overview of the full stack, and now we want to showcase more of the agent. Please, Leon, go ahead.
Hey guys. Yeah, so let me share. I'm Leon. I'm CTO of Ensemble. Before that was CTO of Fuse Network, where we built L1 blockchain and a special stack for account abstraction. And with our stack, what we built, it's a agent hub. It's marketplace for AI agents. I'm gonna showcase this quickly, the marketplace and the agents that we have. So this is a union agent. That's like an FAQ agent we built for the union ecosystem. It's what you see now, it's agent record that we render. All the data is stored in APFS and with on-chain connection, and it's searchable in our APIs, in our marketplace, and with our CP, it's searchable with attributes. You see here like how agent works and what the starter prompts. So that's basically an FAQ. It's more than like right now. It's basically a chatbot. I can show you some more interesting agents later. But here, basically, we took first implementation. We used ELIZA for the first iteration of the agents, but it was not working quite well. So we needed to switch to LangChain. So the current implementation is using LangChain. Basically, we took all documentation about Union, the Goblin Book, the white paper.
I'm sorry, Leon. So
Yeah.
how did you guys, after using ELIZA and not getting what you wanted, how did you decide to choose LangChain?
Yeah, Lou, thanks. That's a great question. Thanks for that. So, Eliza, it was basically like half year ago. Everybody was so excited about Eliza. It was basically it's great to get started. You get your agent. You get from 0 to 1 in no time, in a couple of hours. The problem with the stack is that it's hard to adjust it to your needs, and it's hard to build your functionality on top of it. Although they have plugin ecosystem and many plugins and options, it's really missing some basic stuff that like AI engineers need. And I like, for me, Eliza is basically some kind of like tool for a Web3 devs that don't really have deep understanding about AI. It's a good way to get started. But as times go by and you want to build your own agent, build your own instruction, doing more complex context for the agent, it becomes really hard to understand it because you did not develop most of it. Like LangChain, on other hand, it's really other solution. It just gives you the tools and utilities, what to do, and then you're free how to work with it as you like. So the approach here is very different, and all AI frameworks take a approach similar to LangChain, basically. So here, what we took, we published this into Vector DB or that about union, and he can ask you like what is union, how to run a validator, and how to start with union. And we want to connect these agents to socials, and that's part that's really easy to do with Eliza, for example. It got all the like plugins connections to X and Discord and other socials, but we choose to use LangChain for this agent, and this agent should also be part of the Kaito program union team is doing. So we plan to this agent on X gonna take part in the Kaito problem. So we see that the agent parses the docs and returns some answer about how to start with union, how to run a validator node. If it's okay, I can show some other agents that we have on our platform. If there's like no more questions on this one. So we have. I would like to show you the orchestrator agent. I was like showing you different like attributes on the union that we have that we store. So let's say like user want to search. I am looking for a marketing agent for my X campaign, right? So that's my task for an agent. So this goes to the orchestrator agent who uses the MCP. Weird, so he's not giving the right answer right now. That's marketing agent for X campaign. That's it. But basically, this agent connects to our MCP and searches all agents or all our agents in the ecosystem. How to use it? Right now it's. I think we have some bug here, but basically he was looking to the registry and found the KOL agent that now we can use. So here we see the same profile and attributes and how to use the agent. And what's interesting about this agent, start once again, about this agent, she's like monetized. She can write tweets and you can monetize these tweets. So she's got something like a menu, a list of services that she can do. Funny story, that's basically the first agent we developed, and in previous iteration, what was different is the communication with the agent was not through a chat, but it was through a wizard. So basically had to write this in the field, all the info, and this really felt not AI native. So we wanted to bring the experience very close to ChatGPT and how people are using AI, how they're giving tasks to AI agents. It's something natively that's done in the platform. So right now I can chat with her, I can select these buttons, that's same communication protocol, it's all the same. And what agent is doing, we return JSONs from the agent. So we teach the agent to return JSONs. And in the user interface, we just render this into these forms. But it's already can be done by text in the same time, in the same manner. So let's say I'm asking her to write me a tweet about our project, Ensemble X DAIA. What's yeah, how it's called? Sorry, DAIA. Yeah, DAIA. And now I'm gonna ask her to perform a task for me. Here I pay her on with ease. She can receive any kind of payments, USDC, any kind, and then I send her the parameters, and the agent, she can perform her task on her X account. We have some problem with the rendering, but I guess it's working. Do you see now my X account, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the tweet she wrote about Ensemble and DAIAA.
Although I was seeing at the bottom, it says where it says post your reply. I don't know if there's a tweet above.
Oh, yeah,
there it
I
is.
mean this. Basically, we have a problem with the communication, but she really wrote a tweet about Ensemble and DAIAA. And that's just the start of the A2A communication. We want to teach her
So
more
again,
about
all we're
DAIAA.
seeing now is all we're seeing is the post, the part where it says post your reply and below. Can we see the tweet?
Moment. Yeah, that's the tweet.
But we can't see it. I'm not sure.
Why? That's the tweet she wrote like about a minute ago. Does it make sense, Lou?
Well, we can't see it now. Yes, because it's not rendering on the screen, but that's okay.
I can see it.
Oh, okay. Oh, that might be my problem. Sorry. It is my problem. Thanks, Eric.
Okay. All good. Thank you, guys. So that's the second agent we built. Basically, it uses all our monetization layer. We showed our discovery layer. Yeah, so that's the three agents we wanted to really showcase today. FAQ agent that we built for organizations and for companies with the X account and more like virtual representative. Orchestrator agent at the gateway to our network. It finds agents for you, and how to monetize agents with Onichain. Basically, you can really that Onichain. Like this is an ELIZA agent. It runs on ELIZA, and we have a plugin to connect every ELIZA agent on our stack. We rely here on XMPP for communication, and the agent integrates our SDK, and then it can be monetizable with our stack. So yeah, happy to answer any question. We also have a docs with all our vision and agents and MCP and how to integrate, how to register agent, architecture. So that was our docs. But yeah, that's what I wanna showcase to you guys. So if there's no any question, I can hand it back to Eli.
Hey, I can. I have a couple questions actually. I mentioned you're mentioning some limitations on some of the agents. Like I've been working with like Rig specifically for Rust, and I noticed a lot of the open source platforms are lacking functionality and kind of buggy. Like getting some of the agents to return like clean JSONs, like a lot of times I'll return a dirty JSON and then I just set up a custom method just to like retry until it returns a clean JSON, because it won't return it on the first try, even if you give it like crazy specific instructions and demands and returning a clean JSON. Are you guys seeing any of that? Like I've noticed also for agentic work, like Gemini is terrible for tooling, and like Anthropic works way better. There's like all these quirks with working with these agents and agentic platforms.
Yes, totally. We totally can feel the pain here. It's like really not perfect. No, and we have to be honest about like no between 80% maybe or 70% chance that the real like an AI agent can reply properly to the requests. How we solve this, like we basically I think we use like the one-shot pattern, basically giving kind of like examples that we really want a JSON for the agent. And for example, we finally teach the agents to return agents. You can also need to have a validation layer for that. It's much easier to do with Python. Like there's a whole course about on deep learning about agents to return structured data. But it's leverages Python and Pydantic framework for a validation. So we just so that's like me and the team watch the course, and I think we finally taught the agents to return JSONs.
Yeah, it's tricky for sure. One more question: are you guys doing anything to kind of control the inference costs? Because especially with the agents, it can balloon pretty quickly. I was thinking of actually getting one of these NVIDIA supercomputers and hosting like Kimi 2 or DeepSeek 4 or something, and just running all the inference in-house to get the cost down. Because for what I'm doing specifically is smart contract audits, it's like millions of tokens to analyze the entire smart contract because the amount of analysis involved. Or any insights on that? What are you guys doing in that front to keep your costs down?
So right now, I don't have any practical insights here, to be honest. We had some calls like you can run your own inference on GPUs. We have some calls with partners that can rent the GPU cluster so you can run an inference there. We do look to integrate inference into our platform to be native. Basically, that's the infrastructure layer that we don't have yet. But basically, when you have the agent record and all the agent definition, you can also run the agent. We are working with one company to run this in the TEs on the enclaves. Maybe Eli can elaborate more on this use case.
Awesome. Thanks for your time.
Sure. Yeah, can you rephrase exactly like the question so I can best answer? What use case?
Yeah, so I just thinking about, can you maybe like TEs, running like agents in TEs, what to do in IX can be interesting.
Yes, okay, exactly. So basically first, like, why do we do this? So of course, like, so we provide these commerce layers, so we allow this collaboration between agents, that's great. But at the end of the day, like when you think it's operating on chain, like you need to have like some kind of a privacy going on. Like we need to implement the different features to protect whether data, whether just to provide features for the users, depending on the use case that they have. So iExec is one example. We are going to implement their stack. So they have two stacks that we are considering leveraging. So the TE that they have. So I think this kind of a privacy for when you use your agent, and also this Web3 messaging. So being able to communicate, discuss directly to an agent through their enclave. Like, so the way it works, it's basically an enclave with TE, just so you can interact directly with your email or your Telegram. So that's two use cases that we have. and for which we need TE. I could elaborate on many other use cases of different, but again, all the feature that we leverage, that we use, really depend on the use case. So when you have, let's say you want to, again, it really depends on the kind of use case of the agent that you're using. You will need different features for it, and that's why we cover partnerships and like integration with a bunch of stacks to provide admin features to cover as many of those for those different use cases.
That answers the question. Okay. We'll assume that the answer is yes to that.
You were breaking up, Lou.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Eric?
Yeah, not sure.
Yeah, hey everyone. Great presentation. It's exciting to see your platform. I'm just curious, do you have any agents that are doing agentic commerce? I run the agentic commerce subgroups. I'm curious if you have agents that have crypto wallets or they're enabled with Stripe or any Web2 commerce rails that are either buying or selling goods or services.
So yeah, basically what you're asking here is like, first, how many agents are there? So yeah, these days, like a lot of agents have been popping up. Like if I'm not mistaken, I think over July we have collected over 30 of those. So like 20, 30 of those. Again, around three main narratives. So it's whether for marketing, for trading, or for developers tooling. If I'm not mistaken, I mean, Leon could correct if it's not so. But I think it's basically the landscape of agent that we have. And the other question is like, okay, you mentioned wallet. So this goes into why do we need the blockchain for AI agents? So you have two obvious play, which is, of course, you can tie your wallet to an agent, which allows it to spend money on your behalf in a very flexible way. We can also have Stripe doing it. Again, it's really it really depends on the use case again. So we have wallets, but you can also set up some kind of a Stripe API to make it compatible. But with a wallet, you will always be more flexible in the way you can spend your money.
So on our platform, every agent needs to have a wallet, an Ethereum wallet, because he receives payment. But if you go to the platform, the first thing you put is the wallet of your agent. Right now, agents need to put his wallet, but we of course will look how to host the wallet, is with the account abstraction or with MCP, basically that's how we scale. Like right now, basically it's 0 to 1. People go with 0 wallets. When we scale, we can create all the infrastructure. So when the KOL agent Oni, she collected money on her wallet for tasks, and also you can use your wallet actually as identity to send messages for you with XMTP, for example. So like wallets in Ethereum, it's a big piece of our infra.
Exactly. By default, you have a wallet, but like the idea, as Leon said, like if you want to elaborate, is like the idea is to abstract it. But by default, yes, you have a wallet, but you will also be able to have this Stripe and like feature for Web2 as well.
So I understand what you're saying. It sounds like the first step in using any of the agents is you have to connect a wallet just to pay for it, to engage with it. So you can connect your own existing wallet to any of the agents. And then, so what would be an example of an agent where I would want to connect my wallet to have it go out and shop for travel packages for me? Do you have an agent that could do that, or that can go out and just do shopping and find the best deals for me, like something like that?
Want to take it, Leon?
Yeah. So if you talk about users, so we entered the privy. So every user, if you have a MetaMask, if you have a wallet, he can integrate. If no, we create a wallet from him from his mail. So he has to use his account, and he can top up with Stripe, money with Stripe, and then he's paying the crypto rails is used to pay for agents for their job. If you want to agent doing like the buying ticket for you, for example, So yeah, we can have this agent on the platform. He would probably need to use your Visa to buy tickets, because most of the agents, how it works, it with Visa, and it's so that's a bit of different protocol. Like I don't know, I have a few companies I know that who really like doing Visa for AI for commerce. I know a couple of companies doing this in this niche. We are more about to pay to the agent, and we expect that agents going to be paid in USDC. The main payment risk for agents will be USDC.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Eric. Alula?
Yep, thank you so much. This has been a really great presentation. My question is around compatibility with like as a plugin for low code, no code tools. I was recently on like a call with Hedera. They did a demo where it was a plugin that they created for N8N that allowed people to like tokenize different assets or whatever, right? And so like, is there potential or like anything of I guess in terms of plugins, direct plugins within some of these tools to allow like people to create processes and flows and workflows that kick off agent activity?
So first of all, like, really nice to meet you. I know like on Hedera you got your own AI project. Yeah, you're like Open Graph, right? That's one of the Hedera projects.
Well, he's not from Hedera.
I'm not from Hedera. Yeah, I'm
sorry.
with
Okay.
Edge, yeah. So we're
confused.
building on like a bunch of different things. Yeah, all good.
So those
question
Hedera
is
on the first page. Yeah, sorry.
So the question is about integration. How do you list an agent that you have created through the Hedera SDK?
Yeah, it could be. It's more my questions around like tooling to give access to your solution, right? Like, so thinking of it, like my background, I come from like traditional tax technology. So a lot of low code, no code solutions, right? Like we create workflows that make it really easy for, non-coders to be able to do things. And so from an AI agent perspective, if there's a way to simplify, the process of getting kind of configurations and data and information into your model and kind of, sending it out on its way.
Yeah, see. So with us, basically, we have a REST API. You can add for discover agents. Behind it, got like the graph and blockchain, but we hid all the complexities with REST API, and we have the SDK. So using the SDK, we basically how process works. You fetch an agent record, you feed it to our SDK, and then you can communicate with the agent, and that's all you need. You can communicate. That's why if you register to our platform, and if any agent registers to our platform, and with the SDK, he can get integrated with anyone. Someone called us like an Upwork for agents, and we had a chat with some companies of that they're building kind of like WeWork for agents. Think about like CRM. So they have their own agent, but they can call so they need like remote workers, and we exchange of remote work because we have basically have a lot of agents doing various stuff that people have published, and from there kind of like CRM, agentic CRM, they can call our agents to lift the help on the workflow. Maybe they don't have speciality on some knowledge base, some tools, use case. So this they can use us and connect using the SDK.
Makes a lot of sense. And I really liked Eric's question as well around like being able to have tasks and things that the agents can help with. And I think, at least with Edge Flow, the concept is around like supply chain and inventory. So I think part of it could be an AI agent that maybe, helps to make purchases of inventory and things when they're running low for a business, right? And so I think that piece was where I was thinking, but now the CRM component is also really powerful because that also gives small businesses an ability to have additional insights and things like that. So cool. And I see in the chat there's like a couple links, but would there be a shared link for your platform?
Sure.
Yeah, we just want to drop that into the chat.
Yeah, sure. I'll check that, and I'll check that. I'll drop the links. Platform now is in closed beta. Would love to give you an access, and happy to get on the chat with you, with the meet, with Eric, or we are already connected, I think.
Cool. Thanks, Lula. So we don't have any other hands up. Anybody? I'll ask one more opportunity if anybody has a question. Going once, twice. Okay. Well, thanks a lot, guys. I thought that was terrific. I think folks on the call learned a lot. So thanks a lot for that. And hopefully it was helpful to get some of the feedback that you got. Just real quick, last few things before we head off. 1 second. Let's see. There we go. First, the next showcase is August 18th. So if anybody on the call has an AI agent that they'd like to showcase, feel free to reach out. And also, because it really is educational, if we'd love to fill this up with great DAIAA showcases, DAIAA member showcases. But I think we should also be open to outside of DAIAA, if people know of really cool stuff people's building that you think the DAIAA members would benefit from seeing showcased. Reach out, and we're happy to have them as well. And then I'm sorry, did anybody want to make a comment, or is that just ambient noise in the background?
No,
Okay.
but thank you very much for having us, and it was great to showcase. I hope you guys and girls liked it at least.
Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously, a lot of feedback. And lastly, we can finish with just kind of an open forum. If anybody, any of the members have news to share, questions to ask, suggestions to make, feel free to take the floor.
I guess I'll go and just give a little update on the agentic commerce subgroup. We've been on a little bit of a summer break for the last few weeks, but we're going to get it going again starting this Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. That's going to be our new time for agentic commerce. So we're not conflicting with the open forum anymore. Just in terms of stuff that I've been seeing in agentic commerce, last week I was invited to be on a panel at the Generative AI Summit in Santa Clara, and so it was
just so people don't know, Eric lives in Silicon Valley.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in San Francisco. I'm up in Lake Tahoe right now, which is Silicon Valley East, basically. And so in Santa Clara, which is the heart of Silicon Valley, we had the Gen AI Week and Gen AI Summit. So I was on a panel on AI agents and autonomy. And it was a great panel moderated by Natalia Bilchik, who's got a PhD in neuroscience, and she's working on HR tech. And sitting next to me was a guy named Ong Lee, who's the CEO of Similar, which is building AI agents. And he was also one of the researchers at Google DeepMind. So he's been in the AI space for a while. And one of the main problems that he's been working on with Similar is they've been trying to build agents that can buy stuff for us and do agentic commerce. And so one of the main types of agents they've been trying to get to work is an agent that will just do a DoorDash order for you. It seems pretty simple, right? But he said that when they first started working on the problem, they could only get to about 40% accuracy, like it would get the order wrong, or wouldn't get it from the right place, or just whatever miscommunication was happening. And now they've got it up to 65% accuracy, which is still nowhere near good enough to deploy their agent for agentic commerce or for a lot of tasks with that type of error rate. That basically you need to be at like 99% accuracy to do that type of agentic workflow. And then that's just like, it has to be, for each step has to be 99% accurate. So if the agent has 200 steps, you have to have like 99% accuracy for 200 steps. Or if you're orchestrating multiple agents, all of the agents have to be at that same level of accuracy. Otherwise, people aren't going to use them. So it was just really interesting revelation, I think. And it just leads to this consensus that we all had on the panel, which is that the human in the loop is going to be critical moving forward, whether it's agentic commerce or any tasks that we want the agents to do for us for a while. So I think there's a lot of hype around AI agents. Obviously, we have this group, and we're all building agents, and you just showed a great demo of how it can make tweets for us. It's just a question, for Wednesday, we can look at it more in depth on the agentic commerce subgroup, or if people want to follow on with it in this call, just, what are people seeing in terms of error rate? How is that going to impact all of our great laid plans for our AI agents and what they're going to do? And how do we introduce human in the loop in a way that helps us, where we're not constantly having to check on our agents on our phone like we're checking our emails. I think that they can actually do a lot of stuff for us, obviously, that we don't need to have to look at everything they do. But I just thought that was an interesting thing that was brought up, and Andy even brought it up in our Telegram group, just in trying to get his agent to do stablecoin trades. He's seeing an error rate for his Vibe Station platform that is a challenge. It's an issue. So issue of error rates is I think something that I'd love to hear more about. That's my update on agentic commerce, and I'll open it back up to the rest of the group.
Yeah, so my thoughts on that, I've had that challenge because I'm doing security audits on smart contracts. So it's very, very critical that it's as accurate as possible. So my team has come up with some algorithms to improve it, to dramatically improving the accuracy. One is to just have like this agentic workflow where you have one agent like do the work and another agent double check it. Like a higher reasoning agent. So like I'm using O3 to like verify results of some of the findings. So that helps improve the accuracy. Others is like a consensus mechanism is a more complex way of doing this, where you have a bunch of different agents working on the problem, and they kind of share notes and see and kind of vote on which result they like the most. So the downside with this is very expensive inference cost wise, because it takes a lot of inference to do this kind of stuff, and it takes time too, because it takes time to run these agents. But there's I found those two techniques to reduce accuracy and hallucinations and stuff. You just basically got to double check. You got to run the agent over and over again, and then find out like, okay, well, I'm looking for X result. Let's see. I ran the agent 100 times and let's see how many times it produced the X result I wanted. Let's see how many times I can duplicate the correct result and get a consensus. So
that's great. It's really, really interesting to see how they're attacking the problem. It's important.
Thanks, mate. Leon?
Yeah, guys, just to add something to what Eric said, like human in the loop, it's also something that we are taking care of, thinking about it. So in the same way you have agentic workflows with give agents, you can also find you the best humans to double check you. It can be really, really relevant for the audit, like for audit or other tasks like reports. Like for some step, you can have a human just do a double check. It can cost you like $1 or $2, and you can also already use the same platforms. Because I'm always saying that agents and humans are really kind of like the same. They need to use like this. They can use the same tools, same APIs, just need to be adjustable better for agents. And about audits, like we have already some audit agents that want to integrate. And what I'm thinking, what we really think, how couple of different agents can check each other and basically give gradings to the report that we are doing. And if Amit is into it, like we are happy like to showcase you our platform and how basically other agents maybe can do the same task and verify.
Oh, thanks, Leon. Lakshay?
Hey, hi. Great call. Loved all the projects. So just to give you a brief, I'm Lakshay. I'm the founder and CEO at Nexus Wide AI. Heard a lot of times the single word security. So I have this is the right time that I come up and talk. We are also talking about AI agents, securing the AI agents, right? But eventually, I and my CTO has put up almost months researching on this and how much this is possible. And believe me, it's not possible. And it's not something that would be adoptable as a universal thing. Happy to get on a call and discuss more on it further if someone is interested. Yeah, so I'm building a security layer. Anyone who is currently facing any type of issues securing the AI with the codes and everything, we make your AI secure. We provide the proper reports with compliance, with the legal, with the code of getting audited and everything on our one infrastructure where you can clearly secure your AI and get a credit score like how we have CIBIL scores in India for the credit cards, right? You get that, and now you can put up on your websites like Product Hunt, and the end users can trust on you that okay, yeah, you guys are secured, so I can believe your AI with my intellectual data. And now you can build up end-to-end execution AI agents for any users or for any company, right? And they can just trust it with your code. They don't have to analyze the code, ask you the security questions, or do anything like that. So if anything, then just ping me on Telegram. Happy to chat and take this further. Thank you so much, Lou.
Yeah, thanks, Lakshay. Andy?
Yeah, I'm on a train, so I'm not going to turn on the video and jam up the bandwidth. But I just want to confirm that, in my opinion, the problem with AI agents is that they don't work. And I got that phrase from Shaw, the guy that makes Eliza OS. I was with him on a panel at MIT last week, and that's what he said about his agents. The problem is they don't work. He asked people to raise their hands if they were using AI agents in the last day, and 2 people raised their hands out of a whole auditorium full of people that were working on AI agents. So in my opinion, is what creates these very sudden adoption curves for AI where nobody uses it, and then everybody uses it. And we've seen that for coding. Coding is I'm just going to go into the theory of it. Coding is an interesting case where you can do what's called reinforcement learning. You can actually provide an infinite amount of training material for the LLM because you can check whether what it produces is right or wrong. That's not true with most of these language processing tasks. So we've sort of topped out at a level of reliability for language processing. Not very good. I think it just introduces uncertainty in this whole discussion. Yeah.
I'm sorry you were breaking up, but now you're back. Obviously, I appreciate you're on a train.
It basically introduces uncertainty in this whole discussion of when these products will be viable. We know they will be. We know AI is improving really quickly, and we're going to hit one of those curves where it's reliable enough and everybody adopts it, one of those sudden elbows like we did with coding. But we don't know when, and I think we have to plan for that. I also have some contrarian opinions about agent marketplaces and agent verification. In my observation, agents do not have a lifespan that goes beyond about a week. Because of this reliability problem, they're constantly being upgraded. And I think that throws a wrench into any kind of agent verification. I also believe that humans are not going to use these agent marketplaces. It's just too tedious to sort through them. And what we're really going to be doing is building self-assembling apps, AI that finds other AI. And that's a really, really interesting problem. Anyway, those are my thoughts based on stuff I've heard over the last few weeks.
Hey, Andy, can
Very cool.
do you mind if I have Andy just extrapolate or expand on the comment he left in our subgroup? You mentioned you had this agent that was trying to move a stable coin from one wallet to another, and it was just messing up this really basic task, but you were asking people to try it. And so I guess, yeah, if I'm just putting a $1 worth of stable coin or something, I don't mind making an error on that task, but like it couldn't even just do that basic task of just moving stable coins from one wallet to the next.
Yes, it can do the task most of the time, but it also makes mistakes, which is why we have human in the loop. Human signs the transactions. And it does exhibit really interesting error, just not at a high enough reliability that people will want to use it right now. We're close. And what really surprised me though is we went to LiFi and we said, look, we're going to make we're going to add this LiFi tool to our AI that will make it easy for you to say, bridge my coins or gather my stable coins. And their tool is working pretty well, but it was surprising how much work we had to do to get that to work on our end, just that one. Yeah, it was just surprising. And that's where we are with this. I would use it. I personally use it all the time though, because human in the loop, we set it so the human signs.
Perfect. Thanks for giving that extra detail. That's good to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And,
Thanks. Hey,
and
Eric,
are you part of the NENDA group? Because we also were invited to the MIT Summit. So I think you're also part of the Quilt group.
Yeah, I participated in that. I only chose the most boring possible topic, which is a registry of agents. Nobody needs that. We have search engines. We have AI that can sort through the results of search engines, and they want to run a standards process, which I think is completely inappropriate for startup people that they've attracted to these events. So I'm not sure why they chose that particular death march instead of all the incredible, amazing things that are happening in self-assembling apps and agents. That's what I'm excited about, and I'm going to push forward without doing more participation in their standards process.
Yeah, thanks for the question, Leon. Last thing before we go, we're approaching the top of the hour. Eric, I assume if you turned your computer around, we'd see a really pretty view. Very nice.
Oh, that's
Nice.
Out in nature. Tahoe is so beautiful.
Yeah, it's great to be able to sit and see the lake.
Badly.
So I
Okay,
hope
well,
everyone
great.
gets some good summer adventures in. I'm not the only one, I hope.
American national parks.
Lake Tahoe is just a big lake, and it actually straddles California and Nevada, north of San Francisco, or I guess.
You said
east of
Lake
them.
Tahoe, not Taos, right?
Tahoe,
Lake Tahoe.
TAHO.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Which is close. How far is it? How far is it a drive for you?
Yeah, it's just a 4-hour drive from San Francisco to get up here. 4.5 with a bit
So-
of traffic. Yep.
Yeah. So tons of people spend a lot of time there during winter, and a lot during the summer.
Yep.
But-
Yep.
Okay, terrific. Thanks everyone for a great call. See you next time.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Thank you.